Every day, the man would bathe his paralyzed wife. But on this particular day, just as he'd finished running the water, he suddenly slipped, smashed his head hard against the sink, and passed out. His wife panicked instantly because the faucet was still running full blast, and being completely paralyzed, she couldn't move. At this rate, it wouldn't be long before she drowned. Watching the water level steadily rise, the woman desperately tried to move her right foot, the only part of her body with any sensation, hoping to reach the drain valve at the bottom of the tub. As the rising water was about to cover her nose and mouth, she focused every ounce of strength into her right foot. But after multiple attempts, not only did she fail to open the valve, she accidentally snapped the chain connected to the top. The woman fell into complete despair. The faucet kept pouring water, and now the water had covered her nose and mouth. To save herself, she concentrated her strength on her left hand and inch by inch reached for the shower head nearby. She tried to manipulate the faucet by moving the shower head, but this method was clearly too slow. Before she could move it into position, the water had completely submerged her head. Just as she was about to drown, in that critical moment, she suddenly summoned all her strength and managed to twist the faucet shut, slowing the flow. But the still rising water meant she wasn't out of danger yet. With the breath she'd been holding nearly exhausted, the woman forced herself to relax, letting her right foot float up naturally. Then, with a fierce kick, she knocked open the drain valve at the bottom. The water level immediately began to drop. After some water drained out, her head finally broke the surface. Through sheer will to survive, she'd managed to save her own life. But then she made a startling discovery. The near-death experience had miraculously restored sensation throughout her entire body. After 36 years of paralysis, this misfortune had somehow turned into a blessing. She gripped the edge of the tub with both hands and slowly pulled herself up, wanting to check on her husband's condition. But strangely, her husband, who had just been lying on the floor, had suddenly vanished. She fell into despair. Her husband clearly hadn't been unconscious, so why had he watched her nearly drown? Remembering what her friend had said about her husband having a mistress, she began to suspect he'd actually been trying to murder her. The woman decided to secretly escape. Terrified, she wondered why her husband was now lying motionless on the floor. She quickly grabbed the car keys and phone from the table and frantically ran toward the door, unaware that at that very moment, the man's eyes suddenly opened. With no time to think, Laura jumped in the car, ready to flee. But just as she was about to start it, she realized in her panic she'd grabbed the wrong keys. Seeing the pickup truck nearby, she rushed over, got in, turned the ignition, shifted into gear, all in one fluid motion. Laura sent the pickup crashing through everything in her path. She kept looking back over her shoulder, terrified her husband would come after her. Seeing no sign of him, Laura finally breathed a sigh of relief. Just as she was about to call the police, her husband somehow appeared in the truck bed behind her. Follow me to watch the next thrilling scene.